Welcome once again to Around the Conference. I'm your host, Paul Scavella. It's certainly a joy to be here with you, and thank you for joining us each week at this time. On Around the Conference, it is our intention to share with you events and programs and people and places that God has allowed to happen in our conference, and with the mission of sharing Jesus through these programs. Joining me on the program today is Mrs. Nathlyn LaCroix, who is the Health Ministries Director of the South Bahamas Conference. And she's going to be talking about 8 weeks to wellness and some other health matters. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here, Pastor Scavalla.
It's always good to talk about health because when we're healthy and we're happy, we function at our maximum.
Optimally.
Yes.
Yes.
But you know, some people, from time to time, I think that we're intruding, just let me be. However, we've been given a mandate and a mission
Yes.
As God's people to share the entire gospel with people. And a part of that gospel, I would want to say, is health and healthy living and healthy lifestyles.
Definitely.
Right? 3 John 2 says, I wish above all things that we might prosper and be in health, even as our soul prospers. So from a biblical basis, healthy lifestyle and living is very important.
It is.
Yeah. As the health director of our conference, as we begin 2018, what are some of the objectives and goals of the Health Ministries Department as you forecast it?
Okay. The goal of the Health Ministries Department continues to be that of keeping persons or empowering them to be as healthy as possible.
Right.
First, our leaders, like yourself,
Mm-hmm.
the membership of the church,
Mm-hmm.
and then, of course, the wider community.
Yes.
Because, if we are more healthy, we can do more for the master.
Yeah.
Okay, so that goal continues.
Right. Now, I've often made reference to the statement that I heard some years ago, that the health message as found in the Bible is not just centered around food.
Definitely not.
So what are the various components of a healthy lifestyle from your perspective?
The various components are, when God made us, He made us multi-dimensional beings. Physical,
Yes.
emotional, and also spiritual.
Right.
So there's that physical aspect of health and well-being. There's the emotional aspect in terms of keeping your mind pure and clean. The Bible talks about letting this mind be in you. That's also in Christ Jesus.
Yes.
And then there is the spiritual component.
Okay.
And in keeping your spiritual being healthy, that encompasses your communion with God on a daily basis.
Right.
The reading of the Bible and also through prayer, asking for the infilling of the Holy Spirit.
And so there's a balance.
Mind, body and spirit.
Soul, yeah.
Yes.
So if we just emphasize one aspect of it, you're suggesting then that we could become even unhealthy in that whole aspect.
Definitely.
Yeah.
An imbalance.
An imbalance, yeah.
You want to be balanced in the three aspects of our overall being.
Okay. Now, there are a lot of people who talk health. The young people today say, I don't only want to hear the talk, I want to see the walk.
Definitely. Live by example.
Live by example. And so one of the reasons I appreciate you is because I've heard you as a leader talk about some of the areas where you're not so strong in health-wise, and seeing you looking to improve.
Yes.
At the same time, I also see you very active in what you preach. in growing in all of these areas, these three areas.
Yes.
And I admire that about you because when you are actually participating and living it, it makes it easy for me to want to follow.
Definitely.
Follow. Recently, I know you don't like to talk about this, but recently you were part of the 26, was it 26 miles?
26.2 miles of marathon Bahamas.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And the morning when that took place,
Yes.
I went walking.
Yes, I saw you on the sideline.
And when we were coming back from our walk, you were just about halfway in that 26.
9 miles in, actually.
Yeah.
Just 9 miles.
Of the 26 miles.
Yes.
And you went the whole way?
The entire way. All the way down.
26.2 miles.
All the way down to Love Beach and back.
So you all started where?
The race actually started at Junganoo Beach,
Uh-huh.
Nassau Street. It went up Bay Street, the New Bridge,
Uh-huh.
Old Bridge, Montague, back up Shirley Street. The half milers, the half marathoners
Yes.
turned around at Bahamas.
Bahamas.
That was their turnaround point,
Okay.
back to Fish Fry.
Right. And that's where I met you. So that was only 9 miles up to there?
You met me by Goodman's Bay.
By
that was
Goodman's Bay.
9 miles,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
And the full marathoners went all the way out to Love Beach,
Love
past
Beach.
Campus Point, and
And
then
then
turned
turned
around back to Fish Fry. It was an awesome experience.
And you're still standing?
Very strong. It's something I always wanted to do, Pastor Scavala.
And that was your
from
first
a
time?
teenager. First time that I did the marathon.
The whole marathon?
Yes.
Wow.
A marathon is 26.2 is referred to as a marathon.
Oh, okay.
13.1 is a half marathon.
Half marathon.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you have to train for that.
Yes.
I'm sure that you had to do a lot of...
At least 40 miles per week.
40 miles per week?
Yes.
Okay.
And I did that for about 4 months leading into the race. But I always enjoy brisk walking from a teenager. And also jogging. I cannot go fast, but I can go long.
You can go long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, the Bible says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens
Yes.
us. And that reminds me that in the spiritual journey, in order for us to be healthy, we have to exercise.
Definitely.
We have to exercise our spiritual muscles. And somebody might ask the question, well, how do you do that? And it's simply each day spending time in the Word
Yes.
and in prayer
Believing.
and
Building
believing
your faith.
and building your faith.
Yes.
So maybe that's the reason why Jesus would often say to people who were in need of physical healing, be it according to your faith.
You're healed.
You're healed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, besides doing that morning,
Yes.
you have a program that a number of people join you with on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we do have a weekly walk
Mhm.
that we dub SBC Walk.
Okay.
And anyone from the community or from the church can be a part of it.
Right.
We have had persons from the community join us on a Sunday morning, and we normally walk from Goodman's Bay to Sandyport and back.
Mhm.
I think it's a little over 6 miles.
Right. That's the
Um,
one I could do.
That's the one you can do, and I would like to commend you for being a part of this walk for the last, I think, month,
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks, and
Okay.
I dare to say that I'm seeing some results, and I'm sure you're feeling better,
I am.
and you're leading by example. That's very important,
Yeah. And so we want to encourage others who are watching this program to join us. And what time do you begin?
We normally start at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
on a Sunday morning.
So-
During the week it's sort of rushed, to get to work. So
Right.
we encourage persons to do their own private, personal
Right.
workout in their neighborhood once it's safe, or indoors.
Right.
Movement, any form of movement is exercise,
Right.
and the entire body benefits from it.
Now, how then do you see our country when it comes to this whole matter of health? As you've been working in the church, we're going to get to the church,
Yes.
but you have had some efforts in our communities and our various churches. Are people responsive to the initiatives that we as a church engage them in? And are you seeing benefits? Any stories about people who've already been blessed as a result of what the church is doing?
Yes, definitely, definitely. In addition to 8 weeks to wellness, we've been offering other health programs within the community of our local churches.
Okay.
Okay, and persons have been coming to our cooking classes, exercise classes. They've been taking advantage of the screenings that we offer sometimes, and they're actually open to taking the advice that we give them.
Yes.
And we would, in most cases, call them back and rescreen, and we're seeing improvements in the numbers.
Right.
And actually looking at them, they look healthy and happier, because it's all about mind and body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely they're embracing the opportunity.
Tremendous. We're going to take a break right about now, because time, it seems as if time flies by fast and fast every time we do this.
Yes.
But we're going to take a break, and then on the other side of the program, we're going to talk about our beginning event for the year 2018. Please don't go away. We'll be right back here on Around the Conference.
Coming soon, 8 Weeks to Wellness, sponsored by Adventist Health Professionals Association of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. From February 5th to March 26, 2018, under the theme Choose to be Healthy, make the decision today to change your lifestyle. There will be pre-screenings from January 25th and February 1st at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 28th and February 4th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. All participants must pre-screen. For more information, call 341-4021 or 323-0610. So choose to be healthy.
Welcome back to Around the Conference. Paul Scavella, your host. Mrs. LaCroix, at creation, God gave us everything that we needed.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I've heard medical personnel and health enthusiasts talk about the fact that when it comes to food, God has designed our food in such a way that the varieties of colors in our fruits and vegetables, our nuts and grains, contains everything that we need.
Exactly what we need.
One of the issues that people have with healthy living or eating is that they have been conditioned that meat is flesh, and that if they're going to get, for instance, protein, they have to eat something that is fleshly.
Right, something with blood or eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for me, if God designed in the beginning for me to have everything that I need, and flesh was not a part of that, where did we go wrong when it comes to thinking that in order for me to get the protein that I need, I have to get it from a flesh product? Where else is it available? Tell us a little bit about that to help us correct that thinking.
Okay. Yes, like you said, God had everything in place for us before He made us.
Yeah.
Okay, everything. And the original diet was plant-based. And a part of that plant-based diet, there was protein, which we also get from the animal flesh. But the protein that God made for us was plant-based, fruits, grains, and nuts. Okay, we get the protein from the nuts.
So what would you say are some of the vegetables or whatever that has a high content?
Legumes, your peas, your beans, your lentils, they're very high in protein. But every food, fruits, vegetables, grapes, apples, orange, every food, you can Google it.
Yeah.
Every food in its natural state has protein.
Okay.
A little.
A little.
But the substantive protein comes in the legumes.
So when the
And
animal
nuts.
usually eats
And we get the second hand.
we get a second hand.
Yes.
So I should try and get it first hand.
First hand.
All
First
right.
hand. You know, most of us were brought up on milk, cow's milk.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that the green leafy vegetables has more calcium than milk?
Tell me.
It does.
It does.
It does. Actually, the cow's milk has too much protein because it's for the calves, not for human beings. It's too strong for our systems.
All right.
And so we can get what we need from the green leafy vegetables.
So God was really thinking about us.
He knows just what he was
He
doing. He
knows.
created us.
All right.
The manual is there. We just deviated from it.
Great.
You know, he gave us permission to eat the animal-based protein after the flood, but we never went back. We never reverted.
Never
Because I
reverted.
guess it tastes so good.
Yeah.
But it's not the best thing for us.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you have a very consistent program
Yes.
each year
Mm-hmm.
in the South Bahamas Conference. Has been going on now for
13 years.
13 years.
In the community.
In the community.
Mhm.
We want to talk a little bit about that because it's about time for that to get cracking, eh?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's coming
8
up.
weeks to wellness.
Mhm.
What is it? And who can participate and how does it benefit? What is 8 weeks to wellness?
Okay, 8 Weeks to Wellness is a community program that was instituted out of a need for persons to take better care of themselves.
Okay.
I think Dr. Ida Hanna, they did like a need assessment in the area, and the New Anglican Church actually started it because there was this need in the community. They saw where the numbers were high, persons were overweight, and all of this contributed to illness. And in an effort to help persons take better care of their body temples, hence the program was started in the community.
So why is it called 8 weeks to wellness? And do we only need 8 weeks to get well?
No, we don't. It's just a jump start. It's a 8-week program to empower persons. We give persons the tools and tips that they need for lifestyle change, and lifestyle is ongoing. You know, a lot of persons look for a quick fix. In my daily practice, persons come and Miss LaCroix, I want to lose 10 pounds. You know, they're just looking at the cosmetic. But we teach persons to take care of themselves and just add little nugget of changes as they progress to enhance overall life.
So it's like a jump start.
It's like a jump start.
Yeah.
After the 8 weeks program, we expect you to, or we encourage you, because everybody has a freedom of choice.
Right.
We have had persons who came through the program and they went and did whatever they felt like after the program. Others, again, continued with a lifestyle change and experience a more healthy life.
You use a very key word there called choice.
Choice.
Yeah,
God gave us that.
and it begins with choice. Yeah.
With choice.
Yeah. So when does it start?
The 8 Weeks to Wellness program this year starts on February 5th. So we're nearing that date. And it's going to be held at the GMCI, former Bahamas Academy on Wolf Road. The first screening will actually take place, because what we do before we get started in the program, we screen everyone, blood screening. We check the cholesterol, glucose level, pressure. We do your height, your weight, so we can get the body mass index, and ask some other general questions. And we take all that data because we believe that this would help the country on a whole to have the stats of where persons would have moved from to completion of the program. And so at the end of the 8 weeks, we'll do that screening again. So there's a pre and a post screening. So the first screening will be, the pre-screening will be next week, Thursday, which is the 25th, and that will take place between the hours of 4 to 7 p.m.
Right.
So between 4 to 7, we'll be at the former Bahamas Academy on Wolf Road doing the screening. And
So the screening will be there on Wolf Road?
Yes.
Okay.
And the actual program will run from that same institution.
Okay.
And you must screen in order to be a part of the program. And we encourage persons to register early. Don't wait until February 5th to come in, the first night of the program, because we might not be able to facilitate you. We want you to screen before and be a part of the entire 8 weeks of the program.
Right. And friends, if you would like to call into the conference office here at 341-4021 to get more information about this, please feel free to do so. And we can help to direct you, give you further information. Please visit our conference website as well at www.southbahamasconference.org or .com. And you'll see very much more information there provided for you. As you look at the 8 Weeks to Wellness program, we begin on the screening, as you've mentioned before, and then the actual event begins on the
February 5th
of February.
Yes.
And it goes up until March.
The second week of April, because we had to extend it because a holiday actually falls within the program, Easter Monday.
Oh.
And we have something good in store for all of our participants and persons from the community. We actually want to have our first annual 8 Weeks to Wellness Fun Run Walk.
Okay.
And so we're
So
looking
is this going to be like the 26th?
No, we won't do that. You know, we have to gradually take persons to that level.
Okay.
So we'll have like a 5K mark,
Okay.
10K, not too long.
All right.
And that would also leave from Goodman's Bay. It's pretty safe out there. And so we encouraging persons to be a part of the program. Even if you don't register for the program, we encourage you to be a part of that fun run walk.
Yeah.
We have a lot of interesting topics lined up for you. One of the new topics for this year is emotional balance.
Emotional balance.
Yes, we have a lot of persons who are experiencing challenges emotionally. You know, Satan is trying to distract us.
Yes.
So we cannot communicate with God. And so that's a biggie.
So when people now are registered, they come to the program. Are we going to have any, Bahamians love to eat?
Yes, of course.
And if you're telling them that this is the better way to eat, are we going to have?
We will show them how to do that.
You'll show them how to do that.
Yes.
You just show them.
We will show them,
and
we will have tasters at the end. Also, we will show persons how to prepare plant-based protein dishes.
Yeah.
From the chickpeas, the lentils, etc.
Yeah, my wife makes a very, very lovely vegetarian macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
And people say, how do you eat macaroni without cheese?
There's
But,
vegan cheese that you can make.
Right, and then I came across a wonderful cheesecake the other day.
Yes.
Vegan.
Yes.
I mean, the thing tasted so good.
Yes.
And so I hope you have, that cheesecake there to sample, because
that is something to consider. That's a costly one, but we'll probably provide a recipe
so
for
good,
that.
man.
Yes.
I said, this can't be real.
Yes. It does taste good.
Yes, sirree.
Just about every dish that can be made with the use of animal protein can be made with the vegan stuff.
Right.
And it's really, really tasty.
Of course, we want to encourage people to drink a lot of water.
Lots of water.
Yeah. Sometimes during this flu season, people are suffering, and most of the times I hear the doctors say, drink water and rest.
Yeah, it's dehydration, lack of water.
Yeah.
Just look at it. During the so-called winter months, which we don't really have here, persons tend not to drink as much water, and they do not exercise
As much as they should.
because it's sort of cool.
Yeah.
And so it's dubbed the flu season.
Right.
You just want to keep yourself nicely hydrated and continue working out to keep your immune system nice and
So when the program starts now, it'll start at what time?
The program will
what would be the
start. Okay, let me give you a little synopsis of what would happen. Because some people think the program is for 5 days per week. No, we only meet Mondays 6 to 8 for 8 weeks.
Okay.
6 o'clock you come in, you do a half-hour exercise, and we have professional persons there to lead out from lower level straight up to high impact exercise. So you work out from 6 to 6:30, 6:30 to 7, there's devotional and other preliminaries. At 7 o'clock, you'll have a health lecture. We have professionals lined up to talk about cancer prevention, emotional balance, preventing NCDs, that's the non-communicable disease, and the list goes on.
Right.
So you'll have that lecture from 7 to 7:30, and then at 7:30, we'll break out in the support groups with our coaches.
Right. Great.
Okay, and after the support groups, we go home. And we don't leave the participants on their own. We in contact with them during the week to help them along.
Excellent. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to it. I hope that the crowd can increase this year,
Me too.
Especially from the church.
Yes.
You know, the community people are very supportive, and many times our own neglect that
Yes.
which is right before them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also encouraging parents to bring their children along.
Children.
There's a challenge with our young people also.
Right. There's a cost, of course, and you want to call us to find out what that cost is.
Very small.
Very small and insignificant compared to what you will be getting. So please join us in this wonderful initiative, the 8 Weeks to Wellness program. We want to thank you for being with us on the program today, and we look forward to those who will come and register and see you in person there at the gym.
Thank you for having me.
Today, we're just delighted that we have the privilege of being a part of God's wonderful plan for our lives. And we want you to be a part of this 8 Weeks to Wellness program. You can't afford to miss it. It's a matter of life and death. Also, we want to remind you of our civil servants program, which is going to take place on February 14th. And this year, we're going to be honoring Laura Anderson, who will be 100 years old at this service. It'll be at the Hillview Church in the morning at 11 a.m., and you don't want to miss it. You also want to be a part of our State of the Conference program, which begins on January 24th to the 27th. You can't afford to miss it. Our children will be in action, our youth will be in action, and our lay people will be in action. And we'll be praying until the glory comes down, as well as singing. So, don't meet me there. You want to beat me to all of these functions. May God richly bless you. Until next time, may the God of heaven be the joy of your life and the salvation of your soul, in Jesus' name.